Hi, I'm Tyler Peterson. I teach the frequency of leadership. I'm so glad you're here. This is our monthly alignment for March, and this is where we empower leaders to align with their unlimited potential. And we do this so that they can create the results they want with less stress and effort, begin releasing limiting beliefs, and ultimately move on to experience more freedom, flow, and fulfillment. So I want to talk a little bit about change. And, every New Year's we have resolutions. And what does that represent? It just represents some desire for change we want for ourselves in our lives. Well, we're 2 months into the year, and it's probably common for many of us that we've experienced some setbacks or some challenges, some obstacles along the way. That's not all that common, right? Well, last month we talked about why your beliefs about change matter, fear versus possibility. And this month we're going to talk about how you create your reality and why your challenges are actually huge opportunities. So if you missed last month's video, Embracing Change, check it out now. If you've already seen it, then let's dive deep into the topic this month, and that is how to embrace challenges. So we create our reality with our frequency. We do this through our thoughts, our emotions, and our beliefs. They're radiating out into the world all the time, and they draw back to us people, relationships, experiences that are in resonance with our frequency, that are the same frequency. So understanding frequency is a paradigm shift in how we understand ourselves and our reality, that we create it, and that our beliefs are really central to this process. And part of this paradigm shift includes changing our beliefs about how we perceive these setbacks and challenges. The old paradigm, whenever we encounter an obstacle or something inhibiting us in some way, we view it as slowing us down and blocking us, preventing us from experiencing what we're trying to create, the thing we want for ourselves in our life. And you can kind of feel in that language, there's a little bit of a victim mentality there, right? Like we are subject to these external forces. Things happen to us. There are some things that are beyond our control, and we don't have this ability to choose how to respond or how to navigate the situation. It's not really a great place to be in. And, if you're human, almost all of us, certainly everyone I've met in my lifetime, have experienced that. It's very common, right? Well, that's the old paradigm. When we shift into the new paradigm, understanding that we create our reality with our frequency, whenever we experience an obstacle or a setback or a challenge, we can realize that this is of the highest service to us, that what we're experiencing is reflecting back to us the state of our internal frequency. It's showing us what we need to release or examine a little bit and make a new choice so that we can move on to create what we want. And just feeling what I just described, you can feel how this is more empowering than the old paradigm, right? We have agency. We are able to navigate challenges. We are able to create the things we want. And whenever we're having difficulty, it's an opportunity to see that as information, just to neutrally observe it and help us to understand our own frequency a little bit better. So that's one aspect of this new paradigm of understanding setbacks and challenges. Another aspect of this is realizing that what we might initially think as a setback is just an unexpected way for us to experience the things we're trying to create for ourselves. And we have a phrase for this, or at least I've learned this phrase in my life, we call them happy accidents. Well, I just want to share a quick story with you to illustrate this a little bit more. Susan and I were traveling internationally not too long ago, and in addition to our flights, I had purchased seats where we could sit next to each other on all the flights. Well, on one of the return flights, we got our tickets, and we saw that we had different seats, different parts of the plane. So I went up to ask if they could move us and that we had, purchased these seats together. And they said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. The flight is full. We can't move anyone around. There's nothing we can do." So we've all been in a situation like this, right? There's so many different ways we can respond in that moment. We can get emotional, we can get upset, so many different things and strategies that we might employ to try and get what we want. Well, for whatever reason, in this moment, I was feeling very relaxed. So I'm like, okay, no problem. Let's just get on the flight. Susan, see who's sitting next to you. I'll see who's sitting next to me. Maybe we can have one of them. We'll ask and see if one of them would be willing to switch so we can sit next to each other. Well, we get on the plane and we realize very quickly that's not going to happen. She's sitting next to a couple. I'm sitting next to a mom and a daughter. So there we are. That's our present moment. It just is what it is. Well, not too long into the flight, I strike up a conversation with the mom and the daughter next to me and very quickly start developing this amazing friendship with, what were moments ago complete strangers and now are people I'm really enjoying spending time with. We have a lot of shared interests. We're both really passionate about certain things in life, frequency being one of those things. They're from a different country, so it was even more interesting to me, different culture and different way of being, what it means to be a human. Anyway, this friendship since then has blossomed and is just this beautiful aspect of my life now. And here's what's really fascinating. I realized that at that period in my life, when I met these new friends of mine, I had been consciously creating, working on bringing in more connection into my life. I wanted new friendships. I wanted a different kind of friendship. I wanted something that felt deeper and more connected and where there was this shared energy around shared interests. And wouldn't you know it, that's what I drew back to me, that exact thing with this mother and daughter. It was really beautiful. But here's what's interesting about frequency. It's so easy to think that what we're experiencing in the moment might be a difficulty or a challenge or an obstacle, right? Susan and I weren't able to sit next to each other, but it was just a way of creating some change to free us up to have a new experience, to have the thing I was really invested in creating. I had brought a lot of emotion to this, developing new beliefs around this. And lo and behold, it came to me just in a way that was unexpected. So it's really important for us to take a step back and really shift into this new paradigm around how we perceive challenges and difficulties and obstacles. On one hand, it might be information just being reflected back to us so we see our frequency more clearly and we can make some changes and move on to the thing we're creating. Or maybe it's just a temporary situation helping us get to where we want to go. It's shifting up our reality so we can have a new experience. That certainly was the case for me when I met my new friends. And this experience, I can't resist. It reminds me of this amazing quote that I first heard in the movie Kung Fu Panda. If you have not seen the movie Kung Fu Panda, I highly recommend it. It's amazing. The quote was from the Grandmaster Oogway, and he said, "One often meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it." And I love this quote. It's actually a slightly paraphrased quote originally from Jean de La Fontaine, but I love this version of it better. One often meets his destiny on the road he takes to avoid it. And I could certainly feel that in the moment when I was on this flight. I was trying to avoid the present moment. I was trying to kind of change the circumstances. And had I succeeded in doing that, I would have missed this beautiful, amazing, wonderful new friendship. So we really have to pay attention to the moment and be a little more willing and accepting to be present to what is, understanding that it is there to serve us for our highest good in one form or another. So, just to summarize very briefly, it's really important to change our beliefs about setbacks, challenges, and obstacles. They are of the highest service to us. They give us information about our frequency, and they can bring us what we want, what we desire, but just in ways that might have been a little unexpected. It's a really beautiful reminder. Well, wonderful. That's the kind of talking portion of the video this week. We're going to move into the alignment. But before we do that, I just want to bring one thing to your attention that is a beautiful opportunity. Susan and I are hosting an exclusive pilot course, the Frequency of Leadership course. We've taught it to several individuals. It's been well received and a very powerful experience. But this will be the first time that we're doing it with a group. And we, of course, want this course to be the best it can be. So our focus is really on fine-tuning this group experience to meet your specific needs and aspirations. So in exchange for your valuable feedback, we're offering a 50% discount. The course runs March 26th through April 25th of this year, 2024. This is a special one-time opportunity limited to just 15 people. We want to keep it intimate, deliver an amazing experience for you, and also allow us the opportunity to receive your feedback to really fine-tune this for a group. Registration closes on March 11th, so just in, about 2 weeks, a little under 2 weeks from now. And if this resonates with you, if you'd like to learn more, then please visit our website, thefrequencyofleadership.com/course. All the information is there. You can read about the benefits and also read our amazing testimonials, how this has empowered and transformed people who have gone through the course before. I really hope you'll consider joining. It's an amazing experience, and we would love to share this with you. So with that, let's now move on to the alignment. If you're new to this, I channel energy, and these energies help you come into greater alignment with your highest potential. They help you to raise your frequency. They're very powerful. These energies are intelligent. They come in and work with each of you individually. They read your frequency, and they understand what would be of the highest service to you right now in your life to help you to elevate your frequency. You may experience them physically, energetically, feeling different sensations or energy moving in and around or through your body. You might feel some emotions or some memories rise up to the surface. That's good. That's wonderful. It's helping you to process and release some old limitations that we as humans are so good about kind of burying and stuffing away and avoiding. We need to release those things so that we can come back into greater alignment with that bigger part of ourselves, that high frequency part of ourselves. So that's the energies and what they do. For you, all you need to do is have an open and relaxed mind. There's really nothing more to do than that. Be comfortable. This will be about 15 minutes. You can sit, you can lay down. On my side, I'll just lead us into this experience with a lightly guided meditation, helping you to come into a more relaxed state. And then you'll hear me state that I am opening to the channel, to the energies. And from that point forward, I'll be quiet. My role is really to kind of create this bridge and to open and then to step back and allow these energies to come through and work with you individually and directly. So that's it. If you'd like to do this experience, I invite you to do this now. It's really powerful. It's very peaceful. Many people describe feeling very peaceful and centered and grounded in addition to all these other experiences that I just described. So with that, let's get started. Please find somewhere comfortable to sit or to lay down. And I'll just invite you to close your eyes. And let's just take a couple of deep breaths, breathing in through your nose and a longer, slower exhale out through your mouth. Just do it again, one more time. In through your nose and a longer, slower exhale out through your mouth. And then just settle into an easy and relaxed rhythm of breathing, whatever feels natural. And now let's establish our grounding. So just setting the intention to be grounded, to be connected with earth. And if it's helpful, you can imagine a connection, a line of energy all the way down from you, all the way down to the center of earth. And by the same token, you can imagine Earth's energies coming up into your body, into your energy. All right, good. And now let's bring our awareness to our heart centers. And it's just a simple thing, just shifting and resting our awareness in our hearts. And take a moment to open to the qualities that are always present in our heart centers. You might feel a greater sense of presence. Your mind, your emotions, you might be aware that they've settled down a little bit more. When we heart center, there's also a little more stillness and silence, a depth of experience that's a little more prominent when we heart center. And now I invite you to set the intention out loud or quietly to yourself that I am open to receive all that is for my highest good. Okay. And with that, I'll open to these energies. And I'll be quiet for the next 15 minutes, and I'll call us back when it's complete. So here we go. that's the end of the alignment. If you're in a great place and feeling the energy, just tune me out, stay there, just keep flowing with it. And for everyone else, I'll just invite you to slowly come back to the video. And I'll just end by saying thank you so much for this opportunity to be with you and to share these energies with you and support you to come into greater alignment. And if you enjoyed this video and this alignment, please share this with friends near and far. We really want to, help us to get the word out and support more people, inspire and empower more leaders to come into greater alignment, to begin creating the results that we all want for our world, both for ourselves and for all of humanity. We're living in a time of great transformation, and leaders like you are needed. We are the ones who are creating a new civilization for humanity. It all starts with us moving out of the old paradigm and embracing this new paradigm of who and what we are and how we create. So thank you for your time. Thank you for spreading the word, and we'll see you next month. All right, take care.